My name is Daniel Harper, and in the winter of 1986, I learned that a house can hold memories far older, darker, and more stubborn than the people who try to call it home. I didn't believe in ghosts. I didn't believe in hauntings. But that winter taught me that disbelief doesn't protect you when something decides you belong to it. It began quietly, just a small flicker in the hallway light. I remember the first night vividly. I had just gone to bed, the heater humming softly, when the hallway light outside my room suddenly pulsed. Not like a normal flicker from an old bulb, but in a pattern. 3 slow pulses, 2 rapid ones, then complete stillness, like the entire house took a deep breath and froze in place. I didn't think much of it then. Houses make noises, lights flicker, life goes on. But the next night, at exactly the same time, 12:34 a.m., the sequence repeated. 3 long flashes, 2 fast ones, silence. And then for the first time, I felt something watching me. It wasn't the kind of feeling you get when someone stands behind you. It felt like the walls were staring, like the air itself had weight. A week later, the knocking began. 3 sharp taps on the front door. Precise, measured, deliberate. I got up instantly and stumbled down the hallway, heart pounding. I opened the door without thinking, expecting maybe a neighbor, maybe a prankster, but there was nothing. No footsteps in the dirt, no wind, just the pitch black North Carolina night pressing in on me with a coldness that felt unnatural. The next night at 12:34 a.m., the knocks came again. Same rhythm, same spot. I started to feel like someone was waiting for me to open the door. Someone patient, someone that didn't need sleep. I placed a cassette recorder on the kitchen table to prove to myself that I wasn't losing my mind. The following morning, when I pressed play, the knocks were there, clear as day. But after the knocks came breathing, low, slow breathing, right next to the microphone. I dropped the recorder, it snapped open, tape spilling out like entrails, and I didn't listen again. Over the next few weeks, things escalated. Cabinets in the kitchen opened by themselves. I'd wake up to find every drawer pulled out, utensils scattered like someone was searching for something. Lights would turn on and off in different rooms. The faucet ran in the bathroom, even though the handle was stiff and old. My dog refused to enter the hallway at night. He just stood there, tail between his legs, staring into the dark as if something stared back. But the worst was the whispering. It always came from right behind me. A soft, breathy murmur, like someone speaking through a locked door on the other side. Too muffled to understand, too close to ignore. I'd spin around expecting someone standing there, but it was always just empty space. One night I decided to sit in the hallway and wait for 12:34 a.m. I wanted proof. I wanted to see it happen up close. The moment the clock changed to those numbers, the air turned icy. The light overhead flickered in its usual pattern. And then, footsteps. Slow, dragging footsteps, moving across the hardwood floor toward me. I froze, my fingers went numb. The sound got closer, closer until it stopped directly in front of me. I couldn't see anything, but the air shifted, like something was crouching down, inches from my face. Then a voice, raspy, low, wrong, whispered, "Open the door." I scrambled backwards so fast I hit the wall behind me. But when I looked again, nothing was there. For 2 weeks after that, I barely slept. I'd sit awake all night, lights on, eyes burning, waiting for the sun to come up. But no matter what I did, I always woke up at 12:34 a.m. Even when I tried staying awake, exhaustion would pull me under. And I'd open my eyes to find the same cold air, the same silence, sitting heavy on my chest like a weight I couldn't lift. The night everything changed was February 12th. I'd fallen asleep fully clothed, lamp still on, cassette recorder beside the bed. I woke up not because of the whispering, but because my body was moving. Something was dragging me across the floor by my ankles. My back scraped the wood. My head bumped against the ground. I tried to scream, but nothing came out at first. My fingers clawed at the floorboards, but I couldn't stop it. When I finally managed to look down toward my feet, I saw it. A shape, tall, thin, unnaturally long arms, its head twitching in tiny, violent jerks, was crouched at the end of my legs. It didn't have a face I could understand. It was like staring into a hole cut in the world. It leaned forward, its joints bending in ways that made my stomach twist. And then, in that same broken glass voice, it whispered, "Answer the door." I don't remember screaming, but my neighbors said they heard me halfway down the street. The police arrived minutes later. 2 officers entered the house. One stayed with me on the porch while the other searched inside. The officer beside me tried to talk me down, telling me it was probably a nightmare or sleep paralysis. But then, the house answered him. 3 knocks, right on the front door. He jumped like he'd been shocked. He pulled his gun, threw the door open, and there was nothing. No one. Not even an animal running off. The night was still, completely still. He stepped outside, swept his flashlight across the yard, across the dirt. No footprints, no tire tracks, no sign anyone had been there. When he came back in, he didn't take his eyes off the door. He wrote in his report, "Unexplained knocking noises heard within residence. Source undetermined." His hand was shaking. He told me quietly, "You shouldn't stay here tonight." I didn't need convincing. I locked the house, grabbed my keys and left everything inside. My furniture, my clothes, my possessions. I never went back. But leaving the house didn't end it, because sometimes, even now, decades later, I wake up suddenly in the middle of the night, not from a voice, not from a nightmare, just awake. My heart pounding, my breath shallow, and I check the clock. Every time, 12:34 a.m., and in the darkness of my bedroom, when everything goes quiet, when the air turns cold, I swear I still hear it. Knock, 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 like something still wants me to open the door.